The New England Revolution took 1 point after finishing in a scoreless draw against the Philadelphia Union as the team took the Gillette Stadium field for the first time since March. New England created plenty of chances, registering 15 total shots. However, only one was on target. Head coach Bruce Arena said this is an area the group will look to improve heading into Tuesday's match against DC United.
I think large segments of the game we played well defensively. On the night we were good. I think in the attack we at times were dangerous, but we broke down in some of our decision making and we had some technical flaws. There's no reason to believe we can't get a goal in a game like that.
The Revs have only played 6 regular season games from February to mid-August due to the unprecedented season resulting from COVID-19. While the games have looked very different over the last 5 months, a commonality has been the Revs' resolute defense. This year, the Revs have already registered 4 shutouts and only conceded 4 goals within 6 games.
I think that was a huge goal of ours, was to make sure that wasn't a fluke, and so we'll continue to work hard defensively, be resolute, and just work for each other. I think you saw, last night, anytime one person might have made a mistake or a slip up or a bad giveaway, we were all right there to pick up the pieces, and I think that's a really good characteristic of a team in general.
A fresh face who contributed to the Revs' resolute defense is midfielder Matt Polster, who made his Revolution debut against Philly. Assistant coach Richie Williams said post-game that Polster had a big presence in the midfield, having good tackles, winning balls, and getting forward. Polster's teammates echoed Williams' statement and said they were impressed with the newcomer's first performance.
I think surprised all of us by playing 90 minutes, and he did a great job. He was winning tackles in the midfield, connecting passes, and the only thing that'll just continue to grow for him is just sharpness and getting used to how everybody moves in a game-like scenario. So I think it was a really positive first performance for him, and it's definitely something to build off of.
New England turns their attention to their next opponent, DC United. These two sides saw each other only 5 weeks ago in the MLS's back tournament when they played to a 1-1 draw. New England understands how lethal DC can be with key playmakers like Julian Gressel and Federico Higuain. With only 4 days to turn it around to face this foe, New England plans to use their most recent battle strategically to adjust their tactics.
We're going to be able to know how each team plays. They're going to know how we play. So it's probably going to be about how we can tweak our style of play against certain teams and to try to throw that other team off and just being aware that, hey, we might know what this team's going to bring. We know their tendencies, but they could change. So we have to deal with that adversity during the game.
With 2 new acquisitions last week, New England has strengthened their attacking depth as Tommy McNamara and Kakuta Mane join the squad. Head coach Bruce Arena said that it's unlikely that these 2 players will be available for selection on Tuesday against DC United, as they're both undergoing mandatory quarantine processes as they enter new markets. However, when the 10-day quarantine period lifts, the duo will be ready to go. The Revs will kick off at DC United on Tuesday at 7 o'clock with coverage on NBC Sports Boston and 98.5 The Sports Hub. For now, with this week's training report presented by Empower Retirement, I'm Elizabeth Pehota.